To present our first Genius Award of the evening, I would like to introduce our LSC board member and treasurer, Bruce Levy.
Thank you, Paul. In early January of this year, meteorologist Edgar McGregor was tracking local weather conditions in Altadena, California, where he lived. Edgar recognized that the conditions at Altadena were similar to the weather conditions in Lahaina, Hawaii, when a massive fire in 2023 killed 102 people, and the Paradise, California fire in 2018 that killed 85 lives and wrecked over 18,000 structures. On January 7th, Edgar took to Facebook to warn his followers not to go to bed, to pack up their belongings, and prepare to leave. May we have the video, please?
As you can see behind us, a fire is erupting in Eaton Canyon. If you live between Eaton Wash and Allen Avenue, you need to be packing your car immediately. This is imminent. Do not wait for an official evacuation notice. If you think you should leave, get out. Get out.
On January 8, 2025, the Eden Fire in the Los Angeles metropolitan area burnt around 14,000 acres and destroyed over 9,000 structures, totaling $8 to $10 billion in damages and claiming at least 17 lives.
We lost 6,018 homes in this fire. That amounts to about probably 12 to 15,000 people that were displaced.
Almost a third, yeah.
Yeah, about a third of the community of Altadena. And that's just the Eden Fire.
Edgar McGregor is a meteorologist who has lived in Altadena for most of his life. In 2022, he started the Altadena Weather and Climate Facebook group to provide hyper-local weather forecasting for his community.
It's a little bit cloudy down here. You go 2 miles in that direction up to the top of the mountains and it's completely sunny. There's almost no clouds at all. There are nights where we can have low temperatures down here in the 60s, and the neighborhood maybe 20 blocks up has low temperatures in the 80s. And so because of the microclimates of Southern California, I can't write a forecast for this neighborhood and have it be valid for another neighborhood 2 cities away.
McGregor combines detailed analysis of raw weather station data with boots on the ground observations.
The best way to forecast is not to sit behind a computer and look at weather models all day long. You gotta get out into the community. And when I go hiking every day, last summer, I start to notice, there's a lot of dead trees sitting around in Eaton Canyon that have reached the end of their lives and have fallen over and are huge piles of kindling wood. And I wrote articles last May about how much Eaton Canyon is ready for a major wildfire.
McGregor knew that a wildfire would be even more dangerous if it coincided with the powerful Santa Ana winds.
So much cold air floods into the high deserts of Southern California that it overtakes the San Gabriel Mountains and it crashes down onto the other side. Cold air is dense. The atoms lock together much more closely than hot air, so it wants to be near the surface. That warm air at the surface is going to rise, while the cold air coming in from the mountains drops down into the neighborhood below. Now, if you set the mountains on fire, all those embers and the burning trees and the burning material up in the mountain come into the city and they destroy the town.
An avid hiker, McGregor is constantly out in nature, taking stock of all the clues that the local environment provides.
This boulder was not here in January, and the neighbors have no idea where it came from.
No, I mean from up there?
From up there. to be able to observe, why is that boulder there? Why is that tree there? Why is this area a desert and why is that area a forest? Asking those questions makes someone a better meteorologist. You have to understand not just what's going on, but see the bigger picture. Look for things that others aren't thinking about.
On January 7th, McGregor repeatedly warned about fire conditions in Eden Canyon before the authorities did, and is credited with saving hundreds of lives.
He made what for many people was their only evacuation notice, which was a video of him standing with the winds behind him, and you could see the fire in the distance saying, "This is not a drill. If you think you should get out, get out."
Get out! Get out! Get out!
And they took his advice. They saved their families. They might have saved their houses because of him.
Without Edgar's warnings, I believe the majority of Altadena would not have known to evacuate.
The local hero is honored with a certificate of congressional recognition for saving lives during the Eaton fire. Today, Representative Judy Chu recognizing Edgar McGregor, who used his Altadena Weather and Climate Facebook group to warn residents about the wildfire on January 7th.
For his dedication to the science of meteorology and for his brave warnings to the Altadena residents, Edgar McGregor is awarded our 2025 Genius Award.
Edgar, would you please come up and join us on stage so that we can bestow upon you the Liberty Science Center Genius Award. Edgar.
Thank you, Bruce. So Edgar, this is your first time in this part of the country, right?
Yes, it is, and it's a beautiful part of the country. And one thing I want to mention about the Liberty Science Center and all science centers around the country is that I base all of my work on the idea of pleasant surprise. I love making other people pleasantly surprised. And just earlier, before this talk, I was able to go up to the 4th floor and check out your guys' sand tank, where you guys model how water flows through. And I was very pleasantly surprised by that. And it was amazing. I could spend all day hanging out there. But when I make my forecasts for such a hyper-local area, an area that doesn't see a lot of attention from the National Weather Service, which is responsible for 12 million people in our area, and I provide that information that is pleasantly surprising, or in this case, very frightening, it warms my heart that I'm able to help people. And I hope everyone goes home today and engages with their local community and finds something where they can pleasantly surprise others.
All right. One final question. What do you think of our weather?
I'm waiting for a big thunderstorm. I hear you guys get some. It doesn't rain for 6 months out of the year in LA, so I hope we get a little bit more of this heavy rain.
Probably tonight. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you. Give him a hand.